be showing you how beer is made.
Not a handout.
Well, sort of. We'll be showing you brewing from a scientific point of view.
An industrial point of view.
No, just no.
Oh.
Ingredients.
So what ingredients do we need?
So you're gonna need water. That's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Anyway, water, malt, hops, and if you want, corn sugar. Malt or malted barley is made by getting barley, a grass also used in breads, to grow and germinate until it is high in starch, and then heating it to stop growth, whilst an enzyme called diastase, that too, is still produced.
Diastase turns starch into sugars and maltose.
Malt. The cumulus lupus are bitter to balance out these sugars.
Is that hops?
Yep.
So what's yeast?
There are many kinds of yeast, but they're all actually a unicellular fungi.
Oh. So how do you get this stuff?
Easily? You can.
Oh.
But you can get hops pellets and dried malt at some shops.
Oh. Okay then.
Equipment!
So what equipment do you need?
A large pot, a damp towel, a funnel, and an airtight container. Oh yeah, and bottles. A lot of bottles. Instructions. Depending on the type of beer you're making, you'll be using different proportions, but you're going to want to boil water and add malt for a bit. Then, add hops and boil for a bit longer. Take the pot off the heat and put the damp towel over it. This will cool the mixture by letting the heat get absorbed by the water in the towel. This will then evaporate away, a bit like sweating.
Ew.
Then, add yeast in an airtight container. Leave it to ferment for 1 to 2 weeks. We'll go into what fermentation is a little bit later. After fermentation, add corn sugar and bottle the beer.
You're reading this off a script, aren't you? Ah, okay, I see. Right. Age the beer over 2 to 6 weeks. The sugar that's been added will ferment and make the beer bubbly. Yeah.
And after it's fermented, sit back, relax and enjoy. Science behind it!
You said we'd be coming back to fermentation. When?
Okay. Fermentation is basically when yeast makes sugar into alcohol and gas.
So specifically that is...
Glucose plus yeast goes to make carbon dioxide plus ethanol. Top tips.
So it turns out that I'm doing the top tips. Okay, so number 1. Fermentation is best at 20 degrees Celsius. This is because this is the temperature that yeast likes to live in, so it'll multiply a lot faster. Okay, number 2. Everything needs to be clean. If anything isn't clean, then you're going to get mould, because during fermentation, stuff is going to grow in there. It doesn't sound very nice, but that's how beer is made. And if mould grows, then it's not going to taste that great. Number 3. You do need an airtight seal. If any air gets in, then that word equation that we said about before now becomes glucose plus yeast plus oxygen goes to make carbon dioxide plus ethanoic acid rather than ethanol. Ethanol's an alcohol, and that's sort of what beer is. If it's full of acid, then it's not going to taste very good. And finally, well, really, yeah, don't try and be inventive and say, I'll add salt to give it flavour. Salt adds chemicals that kill yeast, so that's not great. You said we'd be coming back to fermentation. When?
Now, right, basically, fermentation is when you oh.
You said we'd be coming back to fermentation. When?
Okay. Fermentation.